Hi, I'm Jani. Today we'll be talking about the definition and qualities of social entrepreneur. In this chapter, it will help us to understand the concept of social entrepreneur and social enterprises and to become more familiar with the qualities and advantages of social entrepreneur. To begin, there is a lot of talk about the social entrepreneurship these days. But what is a social entrepreneur? Social entrepreneurs are individuals with innovative ideas to solve the world's most pressing social problem. They also do by creating new products, systems, and solutions to help change people's lives. They have an ability to see opportunities, and they have the passion and drive to go after the solution, which also means that they have the ability to take on the risk. The main goal of a social entrepreneur is not to earn a profit, but rather to implement widespread improvement in society. However, a social entrepreneur must still be financially savvy to succeed in his or her cause. To become a truly successful social entrepreneur, one needs to be able to understand social and its problems. Finding solutions to solve these problems can come after hard work and devotion. And of course, there are some qualities that can make things a lot easier for an aspiring social entrepreneur. If you have the following qualities, you are on the right path to be a successful social entrepreneur. First, be resourceful, because social entrepreneurs operate with a social context rather than the business world. They have limited access to capital and traditional market support system. As a result, social entrepreneurs must be skilled at mobilizing human, financial, and political resources. Second, the creativity. You should have an ability to think differently to find innovative solutions where others do not see any change possible as a gigantic quality to lead a social enterprise. To be a social entrepreneur is to innovate outside the box. Third, to have a self-confidence. Being confident allows people to follow their intuition and create solutions so many others didn't dare to try. It is a key success factor for social entrepreneurs. To be a social entrepreneur is to impulse change. Being self-confident is a must in difficult situations or when other stakeholders have doubt about the feasibility of a project. Fourth, perseverance. Perseverance is a huge quality of social entrepreneur. Never give up is a key success factor for any entrepreneur, and even more when he or she wants to change the world. To be a social entrepreneur is to try harder than others. Fifth, leadership. They have the ability to convince others to join the movement. It's a key to be inspiring and thus have a broad impact. To be a social entrepreneur is to lead the implementation of innovative solutions, engage with a large community to change society in a sustainable way. 6. Team spirit. Collaborate with every stakeholder is a must-have quality to lead successfully a social project, and having a team spirit is thus essential. To be a social entrepreneur is to collaborate and integrate different ideas in order to create solutions suiting the needs of a maximum of stakeholders. 7. Adaptability. They have the ability to adapt to the world that changes rapidly and find solutions where others only see the problem is one of the keystones of any social enterprise. To be a social entrepreneur is to lead innovative solutions adapted to the world's most pressing issues. 8. Mission drive. Generating social value, not wealth, is a central criterion of a successful social entrepreneur. While wealth creation may be part of the process, it is not an end in itself. Promoting systemic social change is a real objective. And lastly, results-oriented. Social entrepreneurs are driven to produce measurable returns. These results transform existing realities, open up new pathways for the marginalized and disadvantaged, and unlock society's potential to affect social change.
Hi, my name is Janal Diaz, and I am here to talk about the steps to be a social entrepreneur and the advantages of being a social entrepreneur. So here are the steps to be a social entrepreneur. First, write a mission statement. Ask yourself simple, guiding questions like, what will I do? How will I do it? Who am I doing it for? And what value will I provide? The answers to those questions will inform your mission statement. 2. Research the field. Google is your friend here in finding those who you might consider competitors or collaborators. 3. Conceptualize your unique offering. The more grounding and granularity you have in what you want to do and how will you do it, ideally in ways that have not been done before, the more unique your social enterprise will be. 4. Reach out to team members for feedback and support. Team member is not necessarily someone who is going to work with you and for you, either as a business partner or an employee. Team members are people you can freely, openly bounce ideas off of and seek feedback and ideas from. 6. Develop your business model. A business model is a roadmap for how your enterprise is going to make money. Think about just how far you want your services and or product to reach. 6. Identify initial funding sources. Crowdfunding is a particularly wise move if you already enjoy some early success as a startup social venture and have a large mailing list or e-newsletter subscriber base you can broadcast your crowdfunding campaigns to. 7. Write an action plan. Your action plan is your master to-do list. It is your schedule, it is your calendar. Build it around your annual, monthly, weekly, daily, and even hourly entrepreneurial goals. Here are the advantages of being a social entrepreneur. 1. Implementing societal change. Social entrepreneurs create business that can have a positive impact on society, including alternative energy, health awareness, and education. 2. Creating inspiring solutions. Social entrepreneurs are constantly on the lookout for new and inventive solutions to problems and often enlist leaders within their field to assist in project development. 3. Working as your own boss. Social entrepreneurs do not work under a boss, so they have the freedom to trust their own intuitions and decisions. 4. Creating jobs and income streams. As a business owner, social entrepreneurs benefit the economy by generating jobs and income.
Good day, all of you. I am Neil and I am here to discuss about the problems of social entrepreneurs. I know most of us are aspiring entrepreneurs, so what better way to provide value than by giving you a window into the future? Almost entrepreneur out there at some point will have to comfort some of these challenges. Those who do manage to maintain focus and push through will reap the largest reward. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, you'll still find this video relatable because you'll be able to identify the same struggles in your own journey, only in different forms. So I will begin the top 5 some entrepreneurs have problems with. Number 1, self-doubt. We wanted to start this one for a special reason. Most businesses fail because people don't start them. They fail by not taking the first step. And this is because of self-doubt. What's the solution? Make God and your family as motivation and they will support and guide you in your goal. Number 2, capital. Many of us want to start our businesses, but the main problem is we don't have a capital to supply and start. What's the solution? Think about where you want to be 5 years from now and be passionate in what you do. And by this, you'll be able to solve the problems while they are small. Number 3, finding customers. Almost everyone thinks that customer just happens. If you build it, they will come. Yeah, right. This must be true. If you're building the only shop in your city, right? So what's the solution? You have to draw them and learn to market. Showcase your skills and know how good you are. Product is you need to learn the skill of selling, of differentiation, and how to find new customers. To acquire new customers, you need to build trust. And one of the best ways to do it is to give away free samples of your product and ask the recipient to tell their friends if they are pleased. 4. Problem solving and risk management. People think of entrepreneurs as risk takers, as people who risk it with a dream of finding success. No, in reality, we're doing the exact opposite. Your job as an entrepreneur is to minimize risk. What others may see as risky for you should be a game plan, with a decent probability of success which is directly influenced by your aptitude. You minimize risk by solving problems other people don't know to solve or find too difficult. So we are headed to the last one. Number 5 is failure. Be ready to fail because you will. This is the final challenge you'll have to face as an entrepreneur. You will try, you will plan, you're going to give it your all, and you're still going to fail. It's likely that you aren't enough, you don't know enough, or you don't have enough. You are not ready to join this race. So what's the solution? The challenge is to learn, adapt, and to try again. That's how the world separates from the real to pretenders. Everyone has failed, and everyone will fail. So do not be afraid of failure. It is part of your road to success.
Hello, good day. This is Candace, and now let's talk about the famous social entrepreneurs and their ventures. So, first step is, who is a social entrepreneur? So, a social entrepreneur is somebody who takes up a pressing social problem and meets it with an innovative or path-breaking solution. Since profit making is a secondary objective, therefore, they are people who are passionate and determined about what they do. They possess a very high level of motivation and are visionaries who aim at bringing about a change in the way things are. Social entrepreneurs operate with an aim of changing the face of society, be it in health, sanitation, education. They are present everywhere. There are people even who work on bringing about change in the modern innovations because their impact has been detrimental to human life. They thus work towards improving systems, creating new solutions, laying down fair practices. Here are some of the famous entrepreneurs and their ventures. So first up is Bill Drayton. Bill Drayton isn't just a great example of a social entrepreneur. He actually helped to define and promote the term itself. In 1980, Drayton established the non-profit organization known as Ashoka. This organization identifies, enlists, and supports major social entrepreneurs in order to create a worldwide team of change makers who can help instill empathy in everyone, lead the young in socially conscious direction, and break barriers in the society. Second would be Blake Mycoskie. So, while Blake Mycoskie may not be a name you are familiar with, the company name Tom's will certainly ring a bell. Born out of a trip to Argentina, where he witnessed the issues children without shoes were facing, Mycoskie formed Tom's with the intention of donating a pair of shoes to a child in need for every pair that was purchased from his company. Over the years, the company has expanded to areas such as eyewear, water, safe births, and anti-bullying programs. To date, Tom's has managed to donate over 60 million pairs of shoes, restore eyesight to over 400,000 people, and give over 335,000 weeks of safe water. Third would be Jeffrey Hollander. So Hollander and his company Seventh Generation are a perfect example of corporate social responsibility and how much a socially responsible company can grow. Hollander founded Seventh Generation, a company specializing in the production of eco-friendly household cleaning products and personal hygiene products. In the late 80s, along with developing products that were free of harsh chemicals, the company also decided to donate 10% of its profit to non-profit organizations and businesses that are dedicated to social and environmental causes. Fourth would be Scott Harrison. Scott Harrison has become one of the most successful social entrepreneurs through his nonprofit organization known as Charity Water. Charity Water began after Harrison decided that he was spiritually unsatisfied and made a journey to West Africa with an organization called Mercy Ships. He was humbled with the experience and his time spent him. Liberia taught him that he wanted to dedicate his life to charity. Fifth will be Willie Smith. Willie Smith, a former microbiologist working in Indonesia, never intended on becoming a social entrepreneur. It wasn't until he had an encounter in Indonesia with a baby orangutan who was left to die in a trash heap that he decided he needed to change the world. This orangutan, which he named Use, I don't know how to read that, sparked the beginnings of what would become the Borneo Orangutan Survival Foundation, a foundation dedicated to helping abandoned apes that were at risk for being harmed. Sixth would be Akhtar Hamid Khan. One of the pioneers of the now thriving microfinance world was Akhtar Hamid Khan. The dedication to which and his activism in developing rural communities in Pakistan earned him a nomination for the Nobel Prize. Two of Khan's most major projects during his life were the Comela Cooperative Project and the Orangi Pilot Project. The Comela Cooperative aimed to build local infrastructure in rural communities while also helping business grow through microfinance initiatives. It would ultimately be unsuccessful, but would be a major learning experience for Khan as he would move on to other projects, including Orangi. In contrast to Comela, the Orangi Pilot Project would be quite successful, helping a squatter community solve their own problems with sanitation, health, and housing while offering microfinance, education, and family planning. Some aspects of Khan's plan are still in use today in areas all over Karachi. Seventh would be Bankar Roy. The Indian social activist and entrepreneur Sanjit Bankar Roy has helped thousands of people in Asia and Africa to learn vital technical skills and bring solar power to some remote villages. He founded the Barefoot College, an organization which specializes in teaching illiterate women from poor communities on how to become doctors, engineers, and architects. 8 would be Saver Helgeson, Chris Fox, and Jeff Kurtzman. The B Corporation, or known as the Better World Group, is a fantastic example of a truly successful social entrepreneurship venture. Founded in 2002 by Notre Dame grad Saver Helgeson, Chris Fox, and Jeff Kurtzman. Better World's mission is to maximize the value of every book out there and to help promote literacy around the world. The company works by reusing or recycling books through sales on their websites and donations to school. 9 would be Shiza Shahed. Shiza Shahed is the co-founder and global ambassador of the Malala Fund. She manages the business operations for Malala Yousafzai, the teenager who became the youngest winner of the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014. Like Malala, Shahed was born in Pakistan. She initially reached out to Malala in 2009 and worked to organize a camp for her and other Pakistani girls. In 2012, Shiza flew to Malala's bedside after she was targeted and shot by the Taliban for promoting education for girls. Inspired by Malala's desire to continue campaigning for gender equality and education, Shahed decided to help Malala strategize her campaign. Soon after, the Stanford University grad led the creation of the Malala Fund, which helps empower women and girls by advocating and spreading access to education. And lastly, Muhammad Yunus, armed with the belief that the poor should have access to basic banking services and a fierce desire to see his vision through. Yunus established the Grameen Bank in the country of Bangladesh in 1983.
Hi, it's Trisha, and today we'll talk about social enterprise and how to create a social enterprise. Social enterprise is not a new concept, but it started becoming popular only in 1960s. There may be different rules and regulations for social enterprises around the world, but their basic concept remains the same. A social enterprise or social business is defined as a business that has specific social objectives that serve its primary purpose. Social enterprises seek to maximize profits while maximizing benefits to society and environment. Their profits are principally used to fund social programs. How to create a social enterprise? First is to find your capital. Capital can be held through financial assets or raised from debt or equity financing. Businesses will typically focus on three types of business capital: working capital, equity capital, and debt capital. In general, business capital is the core part of running a business, and financing capital, incentive assets. Next is to find your opportunity. Convert one capital into another capital. So a capital investment can be made via several sources, including using cash on hand, selling other assets, or raising capital through the issuance of debt or equity. Next is to find your theory of social change. Social change may refer to the notion of social progress or social cultural evolution. The philosophical idea that society moves forward by evolutionary means. And lastly, social development. It refers to how people develop social and emotional skills across the lifespan, with particular attention to childhood and adolescence. Healthy social development allows us to form positive relationships with family, friends, teachers, and other people in our lives.
Hi, it's Ray, and we'll talk about the forms of capital. The first step on how to create a social enterprise is find your capital. In order to find your capital, you need to identify the forms of capital. The forms of capital are money, public, social networks as capital, nature as capital, art as capital, health as capital, humanity as capital. Money as capital is what can you buy from money? Food, house, education, happiness, respect, luxury products, hire people to run your company. Public as capital: roads, air, water, public transportation, good governance, and social harmony. Nature as capital: beautiful scenery, clean beaches, green forests, clean rivers, and lakes where you can swim. Social capital: you work in the community versus you work for a private enterprise. Goodwill, being part of a community, benefits, collateral, newer business routes. The benefits of social capital are: the more people you know, the more kinds of people you know, the more open you are to different people, is the more opportunities you have. Culture as capital is under art of capital, the bayanihan, pagkikisama, and others. And of course, health as capital. As they say, health is wealth.
Hi, it's me, Trishijin Arienza. So I will talk about advantages of social enterprises. Social enterprises tend to operate with the purpose of creating value for the society and also generate income. As a thumb rule, the solutions they offer are supposed to be innovative, unique, people, and environmental friendly. Cost effectiveness is also a huge consideration. All of these are challenges to the sustainability of social enterprises. But the ones that are able to scale, these are the ones that are able to create a huge impact. They are the enterprises that are advantageous to society, people, and the environment. Since social enterprises do not work typically the way the corporate setups or private frameworks, they offer flexible working environment which is as per the liking of many people groups. This employment may be both short-term and long-term in nature, or it may specifically targeted to a specific work group or geographic community or people with disabilities. Self-Employed Women Association or SEWA, for example, offers various kinds of assistance to self-employed poor women. There are advantages of a social enterprises that are entrepreneur-specific like. First, social entrepreneurs find it easier to raise capital. There are huge incentives and shrimps from the government for the same. Since the investment industry here is ethical, it is easier to raise capital at below market rates. Second, marketing and promotion for these organizations is also very easy. Since a social problem is being tackled with a solution, it is easier to attract attention of the people and media. The degree of publicity often depends on the degree of uniqueness of the solution. Third, it is easier to gain more support from like-minded individuals since there is a social side to the enterprises. It is also easier to get people on board at lower salaries than compared to other industries. Similarly, there are advantages that are specific to the environment, society, and the people concerned. Some of them are: first, services in whichever section they may be offered are customized better to suit the needs of the individual or the problem. This is also designed in harmony with all other systems like the environment, society, or the people. Second, cost effectiveness is another advantage of a social enterprise. The solutions offered by these organizations in the form of either products or services are reasonable than compared to the same service provided by a profit-making organization. No wonder vast communities like healthcare, education, or etc. have become very affordable to people world over with the help of this institution. Microfinance, for example, today caters not to the poor, but to the poorest. Although lots of organizations have also made corporate social responsibility an integral part of their business functioning, but not many actually mean to create a difference. It is just a means to achieve more profits. There is an increasing need to watch out for the some and help and advocate those who really aim to add value. That's all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sunny. I will be discussing about the challenges and the success factors of social enterprise. First is a lack of personnel in non-government organization with a business experience. Basically, most of the workers are ordinary people within the community and don't have any experience within this field. Second is financing. There are five factors that contributes to the challenges of social enterprise, that is under financing. The first challenge under financing is double bottom line. This term is mostly used in the non-profit and social enterprise. It is divided into two parts in which it gives both benefits within the organization and to the employees. This individual's framework can play an important role to the leaders in order to retain their best people within the organization and make the stakeholders meet their satisfaction that supports financial sustainability. Next is limited understanding. In regards to the entrepreneur that has lack of understanding and a lack of strategic plan and among others. Third is restriction of private benefits. Private benefits to a firm or a business are their profits. Since the social enterprise is operating according to a specific social and charitable mission, their profits are prioritized in reinvesting or donating them to create a possible social change. Fourth is familiarity to the type of enterprise. Lastly, the type of entrepreneur. It is a non-profit business venture that aims for a charitable mission. Now, we will talk about the success factors of social enterprises. First is entrepreneur spirit. It is a mindset that embraces critical questioning, innovation, service, and continuous improvement. If you have this kind of attitude, you will excel in a professional opportunity that let you build your own team to work, an alternative solution towards making your business effective. Second is expectation for participants. It is a method of support that helps employees know their contributions are recognized and appreciated. It also recognition and the support from the general public for this organization. Lastly, is a government policy such as administrative barriers and providing the concept of the social enterprise.
Hi, I'm Mariel, and I will be talking about the potential benefits of social enterprises. So first is create job opportunity, especially for the unprivileged groups. The best way to escape from poverty, the poor people, or who are deprived need productive jobs, and that is to create job opportunities for them to have an income, and it is one way to develop the world. Second is increase employability of participants. Increasing employability through education and vocational programs, and it enhance integration into labor. This can bring a positive impact to the economy, and they will become self-reliant. They can be able to show off their talents, skills, and abilities, because social enterprise is not just about gaining income, but it's about enhancing. Third is innovation. Meet new needs. Social enterprises brought an opportunity to implement new needs in our daily living. It is about discovering new things that we've never discovered yet. Last is increasing density of community network and cross-sector partnerships, and that is to promote community inclusion. It is an opportunity to live like everyone else and be valued with their abilities and skills.
Hi, I'm Kimberly May, and today we will be talking about fostering entrepreneurship in social enterprises. A social enterprise emerges as a solution to deal with social problems that certain individuals experience in their local realities and seek to maximize profits while maximizing benefits to society and to the environment. Fostering entrepreneurship is not the only major economic vital, but also an urgent challenge that must be met to reconcile the goals of economic growth and social interconnection as well. In recent years, fostering entrepreneurship has become the subject of highest priorities. The university, the business sectors, and the government have their different roles in it. The role of the university in fostering entrepreneurship in social enterprises is that the university gives us training, executive education, and research support. The impact of education on the creation of future entrepreneurs link between university training and therefore the success of the new ventures are subject of much discussion within the academic community. Entrepreneurship focused programs teach students crucial life skills that may help them navigate this uncertain future. These skills include problem solving, teamwork, empathy, and also learning to simply accept failure as a part of the expansion process. Here are the easy to implement ways universities can put their degrees on the competitive map and help empower students effectively, readying them for productive careers. First is to focus more on case studies. Second is to link the curriculum to real world business challenges and emphasize technology topics. Third is to partner with businesses and invite business executives to deliver lectures. Fourth is to provide consulting services to small business and nonprofits. Fifth is to help students launch their own business. Sixth is to foster global exchange programs with other institutions. The role of the business sectors is to give expertise, funding support, and mentorship. Business sectors can help fostering entrepreneurship in social enterprises by having a competence or a better use of expertise. Also, they are a great help in having network opportunities. Aside from the fact that investors trust startups who are recommended by their friends, or a successful mentor has an unlimited network of people who can benefit aspiring entrepreneurs too in fostering entrepreneurship and social enterprises. Since they are already invested in your success, it only makes sense for them to let you tap into their network of people when the need arises. This is an opportunity you cannot tap into if you do not have a mentor. Training entrepreneurs is different from training people to be bankers or corporate leaders. And the key is to having a role model who's been there and done that. The next best way to nurture entrepreneurship is to set up mentoring programs. Indeed. The role of the government is that it can help foster entrepreneurship by legislation of tax advantages and seed money, passing laws that enables to write businesses enforceable contracts. Third is to minimizing corruption in business. The government moves draw investment or more investments. Surely it can promote entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship are often given a lift by the government. through more credit facilities, still as assistance in training, research, and technology. Entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs also need help in marketing the products and its development. The government should favor businesses and incentive business performance and investment because businesses are the most source of jobs, innovation, and societal economic well-being, and thus the government should support business with grants, tax credits, and subsidies. A social enterprise's main purpose is to market, encourage, and make social change. It works by selling goods and services within the open market. Social enterprises reinvest the cash they create back to their businesses or to the local people. This permits them to take or to tackle social problems, improves people's life chances, support communities, and help the environment. In conclusion, fostering entrepreneurship in social enterprises cannot be done properly if the government, the business sectors, and the non-government or government organizations won't cooperate well, then social enterprises are a multitude because we all know that a good business does good goods, good work, and good wealth. Good goods making goods which are truly good, and services which truly serve. Good work organizing work where employees develop their gifts and talents. Good wealth creating sustainable wealth and distributing it justly. Some core values that we can get not only when fostering entrepreneurship in social enterprises, but the business as a whole, include taking care of the community, empowerment, innovation, diversity, and ownership. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Odessa. Today, we'll be talking about social enterprise in the Philippines. Social entrepreneurship is a way of creating business that emphasizes a greater care for the people and natural resource employed. Here are some examples of social entrepreneurship, particularly in the Philippines. First, Bambek or handmade bamboo bicycles. In partnership with Kawad Kalinga, a movement that aims to address poverty in the country, aims to make the cleanest bikes on the planet, made by bambuilders, local villagers that are provided with sustainable livelihood. Before working as a bike builders, these craftsmen were doing menial jobs in far places. Now, they are able to work, live, and participate in the development of their local communities. Second, Ant Hill Fabric Gallery, Fashion and Lifestyle Gallery. Ant Hill, or Alternative Nest and Trading Hub for Indigenous Little Livelihood, is a fashion and lifestyle gallery and workshop that specializes in hand-woven fabrics and crafts. They give importance to cultural tradition and identity. It operates through multiple weaving communities throughout the country. They are working on elevating Filipino through contemporary and circular design. It supports cultural preservation and sustainable livelihood. Third, Art Wine File Clothing and Accessories. Art Wine is a social enterprise made up of a team of designers and crafters who create colorful and whimsical pieces made from felt cloth. With every art wine purchased, a percentage of its revenues goes to the support of out-of-school youth and their families who live in marginalized communities in Talon Tres, Las Piñas City in Manila. Fourth, Bayani Brew Responsible Iced Tea. Bayani Brew is part of Calawat Kalinga's Enchanted Farm in Angat, Bulacan, which is an area transformed into a village university, social tourism destination, and where social enterprises are born. Fifth, Benita's Collection Eco-Friendly Handmade Bangles and Beads. Ramona Benitez McClellan founded the Benitez Collection as a social enterprise dedicated to promoting livelihood opportunities for women in poor communities in the Philippines. Sixth, Coffee for Peace. Coffee for Peace supplies world-class Arabica beans in Philippines' Civet Coffee. The social enterprise consists of a community of business owners and farmers who are practicing and advocating fair trade principles in the coffee industry to advance justice and peace. Seventh, Taklab environmentally friendly and weather-resistant backpacks. Taklabs are bags manufactured by workers who were victimized by the hurricanes. The company is committed to creating jobs for the affected people and also provides training to help the workers rather learn new skills. 8. First Harvest Eco Food Spreads. It is a social enterprise that aims for quality of life through jobs as well as to enrich agricultural industries. First Harvest employs mothers from the Gawad Kalinga village in Angat, Bulacan. Ninth, Eco Ingenuity Incorporation, fashionable handbags and accessories. It is a social enterprise that creates sustainable livelihoods for communities in creating stylish products using Philippine indigenous materials while helping control the proliferation of hyacinth plant, which is considered by experts as one of the leading causes of flood. And lastly, Leader of Light Sustainable Lighting. A Leader of Light is my Shelter Foundation venture into sustainable lighting project which aims to bring the eco-friendly solar bottle bulb to disprivileged communities in nationwide. And these are the 10 awesome companies in social enterprise in the Philippines.
Hi, I'm Iris. Today, we'll be talking about the types of social enterprises. The category of the social enterprise includes several different types of businesses and organizations. In this step, we provide definitions and examples of these types. The first type of social enterprise is credit union. Credit union, a finance cooperative that helps people save and borrow money. They also provide access to community finance initiatives. An example of this is Co-op Financial Services, formerly known as Co-op Network, which is an interbank network connecting the ATMs in the United States with additional locations in Canada and certain U.S. Navy bases overseas. It is the largest owned interbank network in the United States. The next one is community-based organization. An organization with a strong geographical definition and focuses on local markets and services. Community-based organizations are organizations with earned income activities that are set up, owned, and controlled by the local community and which aim to be a focus for local development. Their ultimate goal is to create self-supporting jobs for local people. An example of this is the Recycled Orchestra. The Recycled Orchestra is a project developed in one of the poorest slums in Latin America, Quechua, including in Asuncion and Paraguay. They aim to develop the area and provide opportunities for the local community. Since the creation of the project, they may have set up a music school and a youth orchestra that performs internationally. The non-governmental organization with commercial arms. A non-profit organization that does not rely on grants and donations, but instead earns income through selling goods and services. An example of this is BRAC. BRAC is an international organization based in Bangladesh that works with isolated people in poverty by finding practical ways to increase their access to resources, support their entrepreneurship, and empower them to become agents of change. Social firm, a business set up to create employment for those most severely disadvantaged in the labor market. An example of this is 15. 15 is the name of several restaurants founded in 2004 by Jamie Oliver, a well-known British chef. These restaurants employ disadvantaged youth, including those with drugs or alcohol problems. the unemployed, and the homeless, ultimately training them to become chefs. Cooperative, an association of people united to meet common economic and social needs through jointly owned enterprises. Cooperatives are organized by and for their members who came together to provide a shared service from which they all benefit. An example of this is Seikatsu Consumers Club Co-op. The Seikatsu Consumers Club Co-op, or SC, is a Japanese organization formed in 1965 with headquarters in Tokyo. The organization is owned by the members around 307,000, most of them women, and is concerned with food safety. It buys organic food and shuns genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, and produces its own mild and biodegradable soap. Fair trade, an organized social movement that aims to help producers in developing countries achieve better trading conditions and promote sustainability. It advocates for higher prices for exporters as well as higher social and environmental standards. An example of this is Divine Chocolate. Divine Chocolate is an organization established in the UK in 1998 as a company limited by shares owned by the Kwapa Kuku Cocoa Farmers Cooperative, the Fair Trade NGO Twin Trading, and the Body Shop. They aim to continue to deliver delicious chocolate and a social businesses model supporting local cocoa farmers. Microfinance, a form of financial services for entrepreneurs and small businesses that lack access to banking and related services. The two main mechanisms for the delivery of financial services to such clients are first, relationship-based banking for individual entrepreneurs and small businesses, and second, group-based models where several entrepreneurs come together to apply for loans and other services as a group. An example for this is Mi Banco. Mi Banco is a Peruvian bank that was born out of necessity to provide finance to SMEs. It was founded in 1998 in Lima on behalf of an NGO, Acción Comunitaria del Perú. Lastly, social innovation. Social innovation is a very wide term that includes ideas, ways, and means, strategies, and even organizations that works out innovative solutions to meet the demands of the public, especially those who live at the bottom of the pyramid. It may include innovative fields in a wide variety of setups like education, healthcare, community development, and etc. A very good example of social innovation is the microcredit scheme started by Mohammed Yunus. Distance learning methodology, similarly, is the social innovation that enables people in far-fetched areas to have access to quality education. The concept can still be more extended to open source techniques used in software development. It is an integrated ecosystem of solutions building a more inclusive and sustainable society. It is a process of developing and deploying effectiveness solutions in challenging and often systematic.
Social innovation. Social innovation is a very wide term that includes ideas, ways, and means, strategies, and even organization that works out innovative solutions to meet the demand of the public, especially those who live in the bottom of the pyramid. It may include innovative fields in a wide variety of setups like education, healthcare, community development, and many more. Creative and innovation is computer's type of creative destruction. Offer new product or service, develop new process or technology for producing or delivering an existing product, service, program, or project. Deliver existing product, service, program, or project to a new or previously underserved market. use new source of supply of our raw materials and resources, design organization structure, utilize new source of labor or other production inputs. Entrepreneurship stages. First is opportunity recognition, which is social problem or unmet needs. Second is a concept development, which is identifying social rewards or new product or markets. Next is resource requirement, which is land, labor, and capital. So, launch. Determine metrics, measure results. The next is scale and sustain, which is expand and change. Then the lastly is the goal attainment. So the success and the next steps. So why use social entrepreneurship? So there are 9 social entrepreneurship unique qualifications. First is, it is a passionate and personal to a social entrepreneur. It is a mission-focused, not profit-driven that reflects its value. Next is, it is not bureaucratic but nimble, moving quickly, and it is accountable or social but not private shareholders. It transforms, resulting in systemic change to yields long-term benefits. It fosters social and environment innovation to solve problems. Next is it builds, maintain, and utilize social capital by networking or resources. It circumnavigates politics by taking a business approach. Lastly, it facilitates development by being equitable, exchange, social stability. So what are the examples of social innovation business? First is Unilever. Unilever, they provide food and lifestyle products worldwide with a focus environmental and social innovation. Next is Blind Square. Blind Square helps these visual impaired interact with their surroundings. Lastly is the Enable Talk, technology that turns sign language into a speech.
Hello, this is Marlene. For this session, we will be talking about the people who are changing the future, and how their simple ideas turn into enterprises that helps thousands, and also on how you can get your own project off the ground. The following are the social innovation heroes. The first in our list is Bonnie Chu. She is a 24 years old who lives in Hong Kong. She is the founder of Sensational, a social enterprise that empowers marginalized women through photography. Next in our list is Zafar Elzik. When Zafar Elzik noticed that the only thing that can capture his autistic brother's attention was a smartphone, he built a gaming app hoping to enhance his cognitive skills. His project is now called Ultimo, a free Turkey-based educational gaming app helping more than 30,000 children with learning disorders and special needs to improve cognitive learning. Next is Kato Katani. Tato founded South Africa-based social enterprise called Ritaka, which focuses on sustainable manufacturing and waste management. Her repurposed school bags made from recycled plastic bags and solar panels help children to stay safe on their way home from school and study at night. Recognized for its innovation by Bill Gates, the project has earned an award such as L International Impact Award and the SAB Foundation Social Innovation Award. Then Aditya Agarwala, who actually dropped out from the university hoping to revolutionize the Indian agricultural market back in New Delhi with support from Y Combinator. He built Kisan Network, an online marketplace that connects small farmers with businesses across India via an app. By looking after your supply chain, Aditya, who is one of Forbes 30 under 30 social entrepreneurs, helps farmers sell their produce directly by cutting out middlemen who would traditionally set unfair prices. Last but not the least is Mihir Karamella. Mihir likes building things. By this, he means autonomous drones which solves real-life problems, such as inspecting nuclear power plants for leakages. His Flybot, a tiny, low-cost robot, flies into dangerous spaces to carry out missions without a pilot, winning the 2014 Google Science Award for his work. The Stanford University student continues to work on tech solutions that make an impact.
Hi, I'm Princess and I am going to talk about the definition of social business. When we say social business, it is a for-profit company with a social mission at the heart of its operation. Majority of the earnings from social businesses are reinvested back into the company to accumulate growth and expansion. According to the idea of Professor Muhammad Yunus of Bangladesh, social business was unique because unlike other concepts or business that were serving in the society for name's sake, social business was based on certain principles.
Hi, I'm Carl. Now, we will be talking about the 7 principles of social business. The first principle, the principle of purpose. The first principle of social business defines the purpose of existence for any social business will be to overcome poverty, or one or more problems such as education, nutrition, healthcare, and environment. Such business should not be driven by profit maximization. Second principle, the principle of financial sustainability. The second principle talks about the financial and economic sustainability. Sustainability is more likely an organic response to consistently deliver value to society, and that value generates an exchange that allows organization to acquire resources to its structural needs. Financial sustainability takes a look beyond the simple numbers of risk and return. It looks at the impact of an investment. While economic sustainability, it is the ability of an economy to support a defined level of economic production indefinitely. This is both from perspective of the organization and those it aims to serve, and social business is disallowed to take funds from outside like grants or NGO, a non-governmental organization. Those who run the business are supposed to invest. Fifth principle, principle of environment protection. Social business are supposed to be responsible to the well-being of the environment. They are to play a major role in improvement of the environment, either directly or indirectly. Business may have more power in this because they influence more people, and more power comes with more responsibility. Indirectly means through their operation, they will ensure that they do no harm to the environment. Sixth principle, the principle of fair compensation. Those working with the business compensation which is in accordance with the industry benchmark. So this principle is concerned about workforce and how they should be provided greater market wages and working conditions. Finally, the seventh principle, the principle of passion. Since social business is not with the objective of profit maximization, therefore, only those who have a passion for contributing to the society and the environment will run a social business. This means that business will run in an environment of joy and not stress. Joy offers tools that are simple to remember, a tool that we keep referring to when faced with adversity or challenges. Maintaining your sense of perspective will help restore your equanimity. So, to sum it up, these principles are simple and are easy to follow. They are essential as they draw different social business and other different businesses that carries out for the sake of contributing to social welfare.